know you're not getting hit, and then you get a few preseason reps in, and the live bullets start coming, and things speed up a little bit. So I think it's always good to get those reps in and get accustomed getting back into like, hey, this is a real game now. They're not staying off me anymore, so you can get through your reads and know that sometimes you do have to get the ball out a lot faster.
As of now, what is the expectation for you going into Friday?
I don't know. I have not heard yet, so I'll be waiting to hear what we're going to do, and I'll be happy to do whatever.
There's been so much focus, Brandon, on the offensive line and how everybody's meshing together. What have you seen?
Yeah, they've really come into their own so far this camp. You can see just from a communication standpoint, there's a lot of communication going up there, and it's they're really on the same page in a lot of areas, and I think that does start with Ted up in the center. Right. And just his work ethic and his communication with everyone else. It's really raised the level of play of that O-line.
When you're looking at that O-line, the only one that has been there on a snap-by-snap basis is Ted. The others, Collins hasn't been there at all.
Yeah.
And, you got one that's been there limited. Are you looking forward to what it might look like when all three are right next to each other?
Absolutely. Obviously we want everyone to get healthy and all that, but it could be a really, really good offensive line when everyone gets healthy and gets back out there. So, it's going to be exciting to see, but in the meantime, just trying to get them back healthy and get them ready to get back out there is the main focus.
You mentioned replicating what Joe does.
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen that go? And what's that like just as you guys lead up to the season and you start to get healthier and get back into the mix?
Yeah, and I think we see Joe at practice every day, and after each rep or after each set of plays, we're always going back talking, and I'm like, hey, how did you like him running this route? You want something different, and I'll tell him I like the way you ran this, and he might agree, might disagree, and so I think because he's out there, I don't think there's going to be any missed beat when he does go back in practice, and I think he's being able to see everything and see the routes and all that, and how some of the younger guys are running certain things, and I think he's going to be right on page with everyone else as soon as he gets back.
Like you mentioned, trying to replicate Joe in practice especially, but how does that change? I know it's a preseason game, but there's competition on Friday. Are you still trying to replicate him, or are you playing more of your game?
I think it's a little bit of both. You obviously have your own game that you play, but if you can replicate Joe, you're probably going to end up playing pretty well. So it's not always a bad thing to replicate him at the same time.
Yesterday, I guess for the first time in camp, you guys were given the opportunity to move the ball the length of the field consecutively, and there was a third down rep. Your completion to Jamar Chase, how good did that feel, and the timing and getting all of that down?
Yeah, it's we've started to click here recently in camp, and it just comes with getting the reps with him, and he's obviously very talented and get himself open and all that, and he's extremely dangerous when he does get the ball in his hands. So for me, it's just about getting it to him and letting him do the rest. I think you saw last year, he can turn a 10-yard out into a 70-yard touchdown. So all it comes down to is really just getting him the ball and getting it in his hands.
Timing, all a matter of reps and getting as many reps as possible.
I think so. I think a lot of it is, and you have to just have time on task with certain routes, and a lot of guys run things like slightly differently, and they may teach it the same way, but not everyone's the same size. Not everyone's got the same stride length and all that. So I think the more reps you can get on certain routes and certain things like that, the more accurate you can be with the football.
Thank you.
Yep.